Thank you for being a part of our 2011 Professional Development Workshop. As you know, our theme this year is moving forward. But before we move forward, it's always good to take a look back. As I look back at 2010, I'm truly amazed at everything all of our soldiers and airmen did and accomplished around the world. As I look back, I thank the families for everything they did to support their soldiers and their airmen. Truly, the North Dakota National Guard is #1 in the nation in everything we do, and I'm proud of all of you.
K-412 was an experience of a lifetime, deploying with over 650 of our North Dakota National Guardsmen, meeting up with 750 of our fellow Guardsmen and reservists from around the United States, and then deploying forward to Kosovo to work side by side with our multinational partners is an experience we will not soon forget.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Brett Miller.
And I'm Sergeant Jordan Huey, and welcome to this micro edition of K-412's video blog.
K4 was a unique peacekeeping mission that not only National Guard, but multinational soldiers came together to provide a safe and secure environment in Kosovo.
K4 saw a lot of changes, but the biggest change was the move into deterrent presence. K4 was able to adjust its force structure to become more agile and mobile.
Kosovo started to see fewer presence patrols from K4 soldiers and an increased presence of local authorities.
Kosovo has made tremendous strides in becoming more independent, thanks to the great work by the Kosovo forces.
I'm Sergeant Brett Miller.
And I'm Sergeant Jordan Huey, signing out.
The accomplishments of the 119th in 2010 are noteworthy, both in our state and federal mission. While many of you were fighting floods in the community, we simultaneously supported combat operations with our Predator aircraft, flew operational support aircraft, and provided security to the nuclear missile fields at Minot Air Force Base.
The Air Guard. This is what they do. This is how they train. This is the work for the committed. This is the discipline from the heart. And this is why you live in a free country.
Moving 01 copy, target captured, stay in tension. Moving 01, 316, cleared hot. Moving 01 copy, cleared hot.
The 119th Operations Group had a very successful flying year. We completed over 16,000 accident-free hours in both the MQ-1 Predator and over 3,000 hours in the C-21. 2010 also found us very busy as we coordinated sending aircrew to the C-27J Spartan.
This is going to be the newest transport aircraft in the fleet. Brand new aircraft. We'll have at least 4 of them. Very versatile mission, will be much in demand.
The airmen of the 119th Wing have been preparing for the C-27 mission since 2007, and they are anticipating the changes it will bring.
It is our nature as Guardsmen to always be prepared and trained for all missions that we may face. We train as we fight, ensuring that the tools and habits of high effectiveness are ingrained for professional response. Whether it's natural disasters or insurgent activity, our equipment and our people are ready.
Its acronym is MAC, and for Air Force old-timers, it's not Military Airlift Command, but Modern Army Combatives. With Army National Guard instructors, it is the first time the Security Forces airmen from the Guard and active duty progress through 4 different levels of instruction.
How are you going to hit me when I'm like this? You're going to hit me right here. What do you do? There you go!
Teaches everybody a standard set of techniques and strategies and strikes, grappling techniques that you can use just about anywhere, especially when you're on the battlefield, deployed in the area of operations.
Well, we're here this week to do some exercising with local responders, Grand Forks, Devil's Lake, and we have the 82nd Civil Support Team out of South Dakota that we're working together. Today we had a situation, there's been some intelligence before in other areas of the country about some chemicals and some other possible either biological or radiological agents. They're going to continue and finish the process of assessing the situation, and so the exercise will continue that we'll send in a team to go in and collect samples, bring them back to our laboratory, our mobile laboratory for analysis, and provide some answers for the situation.
The sustainment exercise is to sustain basic rifle marksmanship for the soldiers and airmen of the North Dakota National Guard. Marksmanship is a perishable skill, and by conducting this sustainment exercise, we can promote marksmanship throughout the units and throughout the entire North Dakota National Guard. And commence firing. We have teams from both the Army and the Air Guard participating. Teams consist of new shooters and old shooters. Teams will also fire both weapon systems, the M16 and the M9 pistol.
The North Dakota National Guard continues to be recognized globally for our professionalism, expertise, and capabilities. While our Guardsmen are highly respected and valued throughout the world, we constantly seek ways to improve our organization and keep our focus on our future. Our success doesn't come without hard work and dedication to mission accomplishment.
2 balls, 20 seconds!
It's very intense. You go out there after graduation and you there's a lot to think about. It really makes you think about different things with diversity and the people you work with and how you treat people. It's like I said, it's very moving training.
So we're not here because the organization's beat up, it's going through some crisis, there's some mandate. It's simply a choice made by the military for us to come and just work with their people to make them better. And that's what I truly love and embrace about the military and their position on diversity today.
In 2010, the North Dakota National Guard opened a new $30 million training facility at the Camp Grafton Training Center, which serves as the schoolhouse and billeting location for military engineers, officer candidates, and soon food service and water treatment specialists from all across the country. The 164th RTI cadre and staff conducted over 200 classes this past year. The 164th RTI trains nearly 60% of all reserve component U.S. Army engineers, providing the highest caliber of training, not only to North Dakota Guardsmen, but also to other Guardsmen, reservists, and active duty personnel from all across the country, as well as military personnel from Ghana during our exchange program. We continue to recognize and thank our soldiers and families for their continued service and sacrifice. In the last year, we welcomed home and honored our soldiers with 5 Freedom Salute ceremonies, with many individuals serving on their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even 5th deployments. We thank you.
Specialist Terrence Benton. Specialist Brittany Allen.
We also had the opportunity to honor our airmen at the wing as well as the 219th and Minot with our Hometown Hero program for those that have deployed in support of the war on terrorism since 9/11.
Staff Sergeant Matthew Hauger.
The National Guard recognizes that the mental health of our soldiers is just as important as their physical health, which is why we continue to develop mental health training and awareness programs for our soldiers and their families. From chaplains and social workers to trained guardsmen, leadership, and your peers. There are numerous resources available to assist you, your family, and veterans across the state. The Guard is a family, and it is important we remain committed to supporting one another on and off the battlefield.
Airmen and soldiers need to recognize and they need to understand that they are the first line of defense. If you have a buddy and a friend that you think is struggling, then you be there for that person. Nobody ever promised us that life was going to be easy. And life is hard. There's all kinds of hard knocks. If anybody had the idea that you skate through life and it's supposed to be easy and it's pain-free, then they got the wrong idea. You are like a boat on the waves. You were designed to take the waves, even though some of them are tough. And maybe some of them lean you over pretty far, but you were designed to take that. There's nobody who's immune from depression. There's nobody who's immune from those kind of struggles that might overwhelm a person. So yeah, you don't overlook anybody based on their position or their status in life.
Don't give up. There is help. Suicide obviously is not the answer. And suicide should definitely never be an option, ever.
I think one thing the military gives me as far as a tool that I can use to deal with situations is the pride of being able to be a soldier. It's no longer just about you. You're a part of something that has great tradition, is extremely honorable, and it's bigger than you as an individual could ever be.
We know families are the key to Guardsmen's success. With the support they provide, they stand with us and behind us as an integral part of the North Dakota National Guard.
At last year's PDW, we were about 1 week before major flooding started in the Red River Valley. We listened to Mayor Wallaker and General Spitznatic and other leaders talk about what that flood fight was going to look like. Today, we're about 6 weeks away from a similar situation. And looking at all the snow that's around me now, you can tell that this snow is going to melt and it's going to go somewhere. And it's our job in the Air National Guard to make sure that we successfully fight the flood as we did in 2009 and 2010.
Well, I just had a tour of your Emergency Operations Center, and I'm most impressed with the way that everything has been planned. I'll tell you, you learned a lot last year in the 2009 flood. It looks to me like everything in the 2010 time frame is running very efficiently and very effectively. This makes it easy for me to represent you in Washington to make the case for the National Guard, not only being a federal force, but a state force as well.
It's a team effort that the North Dakota National Guard prepared for as they take pride in serving their state.
It's nice to be able to help the community and show them what the National Guard can do.
We will continue to succeed by working together, just like we did in 2009 and 2010. Our successes are because of your tremendous dedication to this great state.
be born free is an accident. To live free is a responsibility. But to die free is an absolute obligation.
I hope you enjoyed this brief look back at 2010. But as we look to the future, as we move forward in 2011, I know that you will exceed once again in everything that we ask of you. Whether it's here in the state, serving the people of North Dakota, fighting floods, or whether it's deploying our soldiers and airmen overseas to Afghanistan or Iraq, you'll once again prove why North Dakota's National Guard is #1. And to the families that are here, thank you so much for your support for our soldiers and our airmen. Without your support, they couldn't succeed in what we ask of them. I'm proud to serve with the soldiers and airmen and the families of North Dakota, the finest in the nation. Thank you for everything you do to serve your community, your state, and your nation.